Where are you from, by the way?
Yeah, I'm from Spain.
Oh, from Spain.
Yeah. We're using a 360 camera for the recordings here, so there's a pretty good flexibility with the camera as far as moving around. What's up, Enigma Machine? How's it going? Founder badge, Enigma Machine. Appreciate you. All right, Misty Rainforest to start the game for Alec, and a Flooded Strand for Phil. You send Alec events on Discord that I wish I had time to attend. Glad he made it out to Queens for a weekly. Nice. Oh, so you know Alec. Okay. Or at least know them online. Doing well, Enigma Machine. Doing well.
I'm going to Kiev last week.
Okay.
Many of the players that
From 19?
compete on our live streams will be playing in the Legacy Pit Open. I guess it's next month now. I mean, now we're in August, right? Online through here, nice.
Okay.
That's true.
And I know Phil Blechman will be, I believe will be attending, along with many others. September 18th, nice. All right, so Tropical Island for Alec. Sorry about the glare.
I will play Apolita Delta.
Alan Delrigo, not sure they're still going to attend with recent events. Understandable. Things are.
Pass it on to you.
Should we?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going to happen next, but you know,
Looks similar.
everybody's going to do what they're going to do. So Tropical Island, Savannah, and now Snow-Covered Island for Alec. And tapping 3. And here's Uro. Do we hate Uro anymore, or is Uro okay now? Are we upset with Uro still, chat? Or are we okay? Having young kids is a big liability for this. Yeah, I completely understand. If I had little kids that were not vaccinated, I'd probably be doing way less of the stuff I'm doing right now. And I'm not really doing that much.
The draw on the ETB trigger.
We're keeping our mask mandate and have no intention of changing it. We've been saying that since day one. We're confident this event can be held and will be held safely. Yeah. Mask mandate definitely helps. LGS has kept their mask mandate, says True Chains. Yeah, my LGS has mask mandate and vaccine mandate. If you want to play in an event, you have to be vaccinated and wear a mask.
I will pass it on to you.
It's got 3 counters on the right.
Yes, sorry.
On your end step. Activate.
Thanks for the reassurance on the mask. Yeah.
Touch.
I mean, everybody's going to feel safe doing whatever, you know. I just don't even feel right telling people, like, you'll be fine. Go have fun with anything right now. But at the same time, of the people that are going to go and have fun, I'm not judging them at all. One LGS has 0 play in the store. The other has no rules. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes, I guess. I think it's the same way here in New York City, where there's, you know, shops in the area, in the New York City area, that just have no rules whatsoever. And then there's my shop where I happen to be nearest to, where vaccines and masks are mandatory. And that works for me.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
All right, so Fairy Time Raveler is on the board now. Uro is in exile. Got hit with the swords. 26 for Alec, 18 for Phil. $2X mandate, I'd probably play. You meaning vaccine and mask? Yeah, that makes sense. There is like from playing at my local shop, the masks the masks, whatever the masks do is great, but having the mandate for vaccine, for me personally, I speak only for myself, gives me peace of mind. I just know everybody in the room, even if they move their mask to take a sip of water or scratch their nose or whatever, everybody's vaccinated. There's nothing to worry about. That's working for me. But yeah, again, I'm not going to tell anybody else what they should do at this point.
I'm going to play.
You don't need a mask if you can prove vaccination at some shops. Not really motivated to go to the second store until cases are almost zero. Yeah, I feel you. There's anxiety, especially if you have people that you live with and that you care about who are not yet vaccinated or high risk or run down the list, right?
I am going to.
Force of Will hits the prismatic ending that was trying to take out Teferi. We see a dress down in Exile. That's been some hot tech for these Bant decks to be able to dress down and then drop an Uro, right? Also be able to prevent your opponent's creatures from doing whatever. With all the people traveling to the open, no mask was just never an option. I agree, that was just never an option. You can't expect people to travel from around the country and around the world and not have masks at this point. Yeah, I mean, people are still having events without masks, and I just don't get it. Like, have we learned nothing? Anyone planning on going to SCG Con in October? I didn't even know there was an SCG Con. Oh wait, yes I did. I did know. I lied. I did know, but I have no plans as of right now. Swing with a 1/1 shadow and then cast stress down. Yeah. All right, brainstorm resolving here for Alec. Look at Lollapalooza. I mean, yeah, like LOL at Lollapalooza, right?
Yeah. Storm 3.
And the storm is
3.
1, 2, and 3. This is red. So what I am going to do is search for.
We'll be going to SCG Con if there's a legacy event. I don't know. I don't know what the SCG Con has. Trainer or plane probably wouldn't go. I think a lot of people feel that way in general about all stuff. Like, if you have to pack into some method of transportation, it probably doesn't seem as appetizing. But yeah. Enigma Machine, thank you for the resub. 12-month streak. 13 months. That's tier 1. Thank you, Enigma Machine. Enigma Machine is one of our founders, one of our best, and awesome people. There's a legacy event in Meadowlands next week. Too bad with Delta seems like a bad idea. Yeah. I mean, even when there was no COVID, it wasn't really that exciting to hang out at the Meadowlands. Well, that's a whole other story. I'm kind of joking, but it's funny. Cabal Therapy. Oh, man. My eyes are itchy. Allergies. Luinal says you couldn't pay me to go to that event. Yeah. I feel you. Oh, is this the one that's like a secret GP or whatever? Is that what we're talking about? Enigma Machine judged an 80-person modern yesterday. Very fortunate to be in Maryland where the vaccine percentage is so high that it's honestly safe to be here. Yeah, high vaccine rates, good, bad. Low vaccine rates, bad. Don't mind the venue, but the organizer sketches me out. I actually don't know who the organizer is. I actually know nothing about this event other than that it exists. I know nothing. I saw, like, 1,500 capacity limited at the Meadowlands, and I was like, I'm not even gonna click on it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Cast Avens, for the right price, would do it. Oh, Card Game Universe, okay. Everyone is all for vaccines, and everyone I know is vaccinated. Yeah,
And I'm going to.
it's weird. Like New York City even is weird, where there's like different zip codes within the city have different vaccination rates that are like drastically different.
Excuse me.
So it's iffy
Is that two?
almost everywhere.
Mhm. So I'm at 7 lives. I am
Yep.
going to a
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Zero faith in this event until I checked and determined the head judge, very well known and highly respected level 3. Are you talking about the secret GP or the 80-person modern?
I am going to play
10k legacy event is only a guaranteed 1k. Feels like bad advertising.
Storm is
Yikes.
5.
Okay, 6.
Oh, the secret GP? Oh, the secret GP is legit, you think? I don't know.
I
I'm not going regardless, so it doesn't matter.
open with,
Oh, you were the head judge of 80-person modern. Got you.
I have,
Yeah, I saw a new local game store open not far from where I live.
I'm going to get
That's a little bit more focused on. They still have Magic events, but they're a little bit more focused on Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and other games. I was thinking about going to check it out, but like the first couple of photos they shared on their socials was just like no masks, and I was just like, I'll wait.
Okay.
No rush to check out the store. Speaking of judges, I have a judge question. All right, let's have it. True Chains.
one Lion's Eye Diamond.
All right, staff of the secret GP is legit according to Enigma Machine. All right, we're pretty deep into this match. A lot has happened. There's an Uro, an Ice Vein Coatl, and Teferi on the board, a Mentor, a Swords, and a Monk token on the board for Phil. Force Negation now hitting a Swords that was targeting Uro.
One green.
I'll flash back to the wall therapy second. Want to make a monk?
That was in response to a Brainstorm, I guess, and now a Cabal Therapy sacking a Monk token to make a Monk token targeting Alec.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And we'll see. There's a response. Double fetch. All right, we're waiting very patiently here for True Chains' judge question. They'll almost certainly lose a ton of money on this. Oh, for the secret GP? Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Ragavan and suspend only cards like Lotus Broom, Profane Tutor. Yeah, can't cast them, can't suspend them. Yep.
So now I'm 9 of the store.
They can't be cast from hand.
Let's name
I will
prismatic.
get 3 additional
Yes.
black.
Sure.
So I am at 5.
For 0.
Your hand is discarded. Right?
Yes, exactly. So,
Okay.
and the burning wish is exact.
Yep.
And
Teferi
what
Plus.
I want to play 10 minutes of Agony.
Nice t-shirt, by the way, for Alec.
So,
Stone count is 10.
storm count is.
Correct our local judge when I see him. Yeah, correct your local judge.
4.
And tell him to watch the stream back later and
I thought you were resolving the land.
So storm is not.
if they need proof.
10 total copies. Yep. Right?
Oh, yes, it's 10 total.
Sylvan Library here for Alec. Pretty good.
No cards in hand.
Now because,
Has everybody watching right now been playing Paper Magic regularly though? Like let's say every week? Or are people still holding out? Who's still holding out? And I'm not judging anybody for holding out, of course. I'm not judging anyone. Definitely makes sense. All right, Dark Zero is here. What's up, Dark Zero? How's it going? Bits leader number 2, Dark Zero. Tier 3 sub.
I'm gonna brainstorm.
Gift leader number 1.
I will sack 3. Put me at.
Been playing with friends who were vaccinated, went to an LGS twice, and the second time was packed, and maybe only 1/3 of people had masks on, so I'm skipping that place. I feel you, Poing. I get it.
Yeah, I'll go to 1. I'll let it resolve. There's 10 copies, right?
Yeah, that was a difficult judge question for sure.
And you'll go to 24 now. Is that correct?
play the Veil of Summer, but I forgot. Yes, so this is.
Pastor?
I went to Pasadena. Yes.
3. Draw. Actively gone. Ancient.
Overturn trigger.
Ragavan does say specifically cast, and suspending is not casting. Yeah.
Okay, so that.
Brainstorm here making more monks. Looks like Phil's running away with this a little bit with creatures on board. Jace on the battlefield as well. I think it. I mean, but Alec has an Uro and a Sylvan library and a Teferi Time Raveler. This is a close game. Phil fetching. And how are people currently feeling about Ragavan? Are we upset with Ragavan still, or are we okay now?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Are people still hoping Ragavan goes away?
9.
Or are we all doing okay?
These are sick.
Yeah, I'm dead.
So the starting count right now is Jace,
I
Ponder,
used
Brainstorm,
really
so
badly
cautious.
because I had the Veil of Summer and I forgot to.
Yeah.
Card is perfectly fine. It's good. It's very good, but it's not a problem. Says Enigma Machine. That's how I feel. Island Delver Ghost says I played against it once and it was backbreaking. I mean, you're 0 for 1. I've been going about 2-3 times a week to my LGS for Modern, Legacy, and EDH, says True Chains. Gotcha. So we know True Chains plays Reanimator in Legacy, and I guess Reanimator in Modern as well. What do you play as a commander? Who are your favorite commanders? Ponder. In before Scarab God, yeah. It might be Scarab God. Plus Teferi. Terminus got rid of all the creatures. Ad nauseum in Modern and Azusa for EDH. Interesting. Interesting. I thought you were all about the Reanimator. For Legacy, gotcha. Anyone watching right now been playing pre-modern at all? Is pre-modern still alive and well, or is it dead? I haven't heard anybody talk about it recently.
Sweet.
All right, Abundant Harvest. Gets an Abundant Harvest after naming non-land. Gets a Jace after naming non-land. Combo decks in general, yeah. I'm not much of a combo player, but I do dabble. Force pitching Brainstorm on the Prismatic Ending. Fetch for Phil. Not sure why you don't just hardcast Force there, but I don't know what's in Alec's hand. Seems incorrect to pitch Brainstorm. Here's Mentor. And a Ponder making a token. So this is why Brainstorm was important. So if you have Terminus in the deck, you could get Terminus on top with Brainstorms, of course. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to second guess these plays when we don't see their hand, but seems incorrect to pitch Brainstorm. Peak. All right. Well, we'll get to see the hand here.
It's look at your hand.
Jason Endurance. Okay, so
Oh,
yeah, it definitely seems right to have not pitched Brainstorm there. I guess he did want to prioritize casting Endurance, but it doesn't seem very important right now that Mentor has survived. I don't know. Jace ticking down, bouncing Mentor. Teferi ticking down, excuse me. Attacking Phil with Endurance. Going down to 5. Interesting. Doesn't attack Jace.
I will kill this one.
Plays a Jace on the right side now. It looks like it's going to resolve because of Teferi. And it's going to Brainstorm here.
Pass the turn to you.
He can just recast the Endurance. That's true. That's true. All right, passes the turn. So it would have been better to not attack with Endurance and... Or at least attack Jace with Endurance rather than Phil. And then if he chump blocks, you could play the Jace Mind Sculptor and bounce the last remaining token. We know also that... Okay, Teferi getting attacked here with 2 monks. So prioritizing Teferi shows me that Phil likely has counter magic in hand that's been sitting there. Especially since Teferi was on the board since early this game. Not worried about Jace Mind Sculptor. Alright, Brainstorming now, and Terminus. Okay. But Mentor's still in hand for Blechman. Okay, kind of did that in the wrong order. Brainstorm was supposed to resolve first, but it's okay. Mentor now on the battlefield, and it resolves. Ponder makes a monk token. Peak, make a monk token. Double Endurance, and it looks like a Ponder in hand for Alec on the right. Phil just going off right now, making a whole bunch of monks, and Terminus has already been used. Cabal Therapy, make a monk. Casting Endurance in response, putting the Terminus on the bottom, that makes sense.
I'll take the Ponder.
Unfortunately, no, he names... Okay, he names Ponder, sacrifices a monk, makes a monk, chooses Endurance with Flashback. Passes the turn. Sylvan Library. Drew 1 card, 1 extra card. Paid 4 life. Source to Plowshares on Monastery Mentor resolves. Phil gains 2 life, but I'm not sure the players did that. Fate Seal taking up to 5, but using a second die? I'm so confused. Okay. Okay, so a main phase brainstorm here for Phil using Jace the Mind Sculptor, fetching.
I gained 2 off of the monk.
Okay, so now they're keeping track of the life that was gained off the mentor getting exiled with swords and going down to 6 after the fetch. Phil trying to figure out what to do here. Tapping blue, blue, white. Mentor. Brainstorm, make a monk. Plow it in response. Antonazzi, thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome.
I'm going to take one from the Wishcloud Talisman and holding the priority. I am going to take one. And I am going to get a 3 red from the Silent Side Diamond, so I discard my hand. And the Wishcloud goes to you. I'm going to search.
Brainstorm here. It's like there's like third brainstorm of a turn.
Cabal Therapy, flashback and active jump through for legal.
Yes.
So I have Ponder or Monastery Mentor. 3. Ponder Peak. Brainstorm. Cabal Therapy. Flashback Cabal Therapy.
Yes, it's still.
Okay, I wasn't sure what was going on there, but game 1 goes to Phil.
I didn't know what I was versing for a long time.
What's up?
I didn't know what I was versing until Monster.
Once the game became entirely about Teferi, I was like, okay, I'm gonna not expose myself to anything until it matters, and then I'll try and. So I was sandbagging the mentor for a while because I was like, he hasn't made a move on anything else. He's definitely sitting with a handful of removal. I got to clip a Sword Splash.
I literally had 3 Sword Splashes.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way he's just sitting there without removal in his hand, so I can't just expose this monk without like converting.
I wanted to brainstorm 2 of them away and then fetching. So I was like, I don't need these.
Right.
And then the mentor came down. I was like,
You like I had mentors. You still pay the 8 there.
yeah.
Swash my stuff for 2 minutes.
All right, starting game 2 here. Phil got game 1. I just wanted to hear the players going over that. If you are interested in the raw audio for the entire match, that's available in a YouTube member section. All these matches are in the YouTube member section with raw audio. Ponder. Carpet of Flowers on the board for Alec. Passes the turn.
Blue.
Yep. Sure.
Ponder. Using the carpet mana. Dark Zero just finished building my legacy deck. What did you build, Dark Zero? Or are you going to surprise all of us at the shop? Dark Zero, a local player. Good player, actually.
You've already used it this time.
Oh, it's once a turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to play it tomorrow. All right. All right. You're going to play it tomorrow. We'll see.
I'll pass.
Plains pass.
I think I went to the.
Oh, all right.
Carpet making mana
See you
here.
next time.
Can only make one
Maybe
mana.
see you
Yeah, this one you
next
can
week.
use it either
Alright,
pre-combat
see
or
ya.
post-combat, but only once.
No. Alright.
Yep.
Kraken Prismatic Vista.
What game are you guys in?
I'll go to still make there's one.
Sure.
I'll use the blue.
Alright, carpet making mana here. Ponder. Ponder Shuffle. Not very good.
Did you draw? Off the bottom?
Sorry. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Rose fine.
Some confusion about drawing from Ponder. That's okay. Uro resolves, goes to the yard, plays a Flood Strand as a second land drop, and pass. Ponder.
Go ahead.
Upkeep 20.
It's an island.
Is that the dress that was
Yeah, did you want to use this turn main phase or second main phase?
Do I have to do it at the start? Or?
Yeah, you choose at the beginning of the phase.
So yeah, I'll say 2 green.
2 green, sure.
all the broken cards managed to.
Okay. Just some clarification there on when the carpet happens. Alright, getting Savannah. Tapping 2 blue and making 2 green with carpet to cast Uro. And it resolves.
$30 each one.
Phase 2. Sphere.
Damping Sphere, the follow-up. Interesting.
I'm going to peek in response to this sphere.
Peak in response to Damping Sphere reveals Plow. Endurance times 2 and a third card. I'm not sure what that is.
Peek.
I don't know what that fourth card was. It was a gold card.
I have no idea.
Cabal Therapy.
Endurance.
Flip both the endurances.
And name's Endurance. 2 Endurances down. Oh, it was an Ice Fang Coatl. It was an Ice Fang Coatl. Ice Fang Coatl and swords are in hand for Alec. Alright, Uro gonna get an attack in here, I'm assuming.
Yep. Yep.
Uro hits hard. Can end the game pretty fast.
2 blue.
Jace the Mind Sculptor. Using carpet mana.
I'll force.
It's gonna get forced pitching Jace the Mind Sculptor.
I'll pay an extra mana.
Veil of Summer, ouch.
I'm going to flush through the veil.
And a Fluster Storm.
Yep. That's good.
hits the Veil of Summer, so Jace gets countered. Flusterstorm and Force of Will versus Jace and Veil of Summer, and Phil comes out on top in the exchange. Already made Manual Carpet and passes.
Good games. You got me last week. You played the artifact.
Did we ever discuss Uro? You brought it up. We never did. We never discussed Uro. Are people still upset with Uro, or are they more upset at Ragavan right now? Raise your hand if you still hate Uro, or and then we'll take a tally of how many people are fine with it. All right, Phil has a Caracas. That'll be pretty good against Uro. And here's Tassiger, one of Phil's pet cards, one of Phil's favorite cards for deck building. I personally don't care about it since the only time I see it being exiled to Force of Will, Force of Negation. Yeah, that's what happens when you play Reanimator. Reanimator doesn't really care about Uro. If you're a Reanimator player worried about Uro, you're doing it wrong. Exactly, you're already losing at that point. All right, Caracas Uro before combat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Are like they're borderline. I want to try them in something, but
In Legacy?
yeah, I think so.
Are they common?
Never.
And here's Uro again.
Like there are decks that just need like one color or the other.
It's true.
And like if you for some reason
Not really sure how that was cast
having as many fetch lands
with only one white mana, but
depends on your
because Carpet,
deck, obviously like if you're like a 4-color
I don't know.
tile, that's not gonna work, but
Honestly, yeah.
on the matches they're like 6,000 or something.
It's like $30 each.
Is wall counter really like 100 times better?
That's what I'm getting at.
Probably not.
That's
all
what
right,
I'm
Tassiger
getting at.
live, but Phil passes knowing about the Ice Fang in hand.
Somehow
Yeah.
figure that out.
If you're like mostly one color, you're just splashing for like.
Right.
Say you're blue red, you're splashing.
Potentially see a flashback Uro here. I don't know how many cards are in the graveyard.
I have 2 cards. I'm sorry, I have 1 card left.
And they're fetchable.
One card in hand for Phil. Looks like plenty of cards in the graveyard.
But
Caracas is on the table though for Phil.
but like
All right, he's gonna flash it back.
where's your mana? I don't know, something to think about.
Use,
Save a lot of money.
Save a lot of money and like
You're saying to replace it with Vampire.
potentially in a deck that's like
Mhm.
I don't know.
I have Tassiger.
Yeah.
Source the Plowshares on Tassiger. Caracas saves it.
I know
That's good to
Steam
hear
does
about.
that pay 2 life is like relevant how often like
Activates it.
You get the choice.
Surgical and Prismatic Vista in the yard now.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like those could be good enough.
And Alec has to choose. I think Yeah, Cabal Therapy to hand seems okay, I guess. Caracas targeting Uro. And then Cabal Therapy, I'm assuming naming Uro.
Sure.
Brainstorm in response.
Results?
I'll name Uro. 2 brainstorm.
Yeah, so didn't you have to pay one more?
Brainstorm, Force of Negation, and
It's only after the first spell. Was the first
I
spell.
believe a Terminus.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Whatever.
Alright, so Phil misses on the Cabal Therapy. Tassiger comes back down.
Good.
I have a response in there, but
Okay. Sure. Sure.
Brainstorm. Players running low on time here on the clock. You can see all the other players are standing behind them in the background there.
Activate Tessica.
Activating Tassiger here. Brainstorm, Ponder and Swords in the yard. Puts Ponder into hand. Phil with no blue available. Passes the turn. Terminus casting it. Caracas on Tassiger. Ice Fang to the bottom.
Yep.
And then Uro comes down. Gains out like 3 life.
Yep.
Plays in Snow-Covered Island. Doesn't have enough mana to flash it back, it appears. Oh, I guess he has the carpet. Ignoring Sphere. Yeah, you're right. Players might be rushing a bit here with the clock dwindling.
Here, but that Uro should cost 1 more from the tournament, right? Or is that during?
All right, so it looks like Phil is now pointing out that Sphere wasn't acknowledged.
Terminus needs to cost 1 more.
Okay, so
So now,
I'm saying that like we had missed it. You'd already fetched into another thing. So,
I see.
but like even now, if you're like trying to cast the Uro, it's going to cost more.
Right,
for the
right,
damage.
it costs
So
more.
like you won't be able to do the plan of flesh.
Right.
So I gotta use blue to forget.
Thank you.
all right, so everybody's pointing out now that the Uro costs 1 more.
Okay. So I tap 1 more.
Yeah. So the Uro the main Uro costs 4.
Oh,
But
because
you do have the carpet mana, but I said that you were going to use the carpet mana for. You see what I'm saying? I'm just making sure that you have the correct mana.
Yeah, I'm getting more confused.
Yeah. So you cast the terminus.
Yeah.
So the initial Uro is going to cost 4.
Right.
And so I'm assuming that you were going to use your mana because then you, in your second main.
Right. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so let's do
Right,
the.
there you go.
this.
Yep.
Okay, so now they're correcting the
So now you
initial
have-
cast
now
of
you have
Uro.
carpet.
Right. So green blue.
The carpet can only make 2 mana.
Well, Uro costs 2 more to flesh.
Oh, for the
To
escape
escape
cost?
it. Yeah, because it's still casting it.
Oh, I thought this was just an ability thing. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I'm getting confused.
Okay,
All
so
right,
some
that's-
confusion about escape
Okay.
and Sphere, and all right, now I'm passing the turn without flashing back Uro. No escape. Still a cast, yep.
Okay, so fine.
Ponder.
Go with this.
Tapping 2.
That's right.
Brainstorm. Phil hoping to drop a creature at some point. Or fill up the graveyard enough for Tassiger. Fetching again. Everything costs 2 more this time for Phil.
Ball therapy?
Cabal Therapy.
And then brainstorm.
Force of Will, Force of Negation, and Uro in hand, and Phil correctly naming Brainstorm. Knocks it out of the hand.
I think you.
Alright, this is turn 1 now.
I have 2.
As you
I have
saw
2
me
of
place
those.
the dice there.
Green, blue.
Megan, what are you making?
Green, blue.
I can only make 1 color.
Oh,
So you can have 3 green or 3 blue if you want.
we'll do three blue.
Okay.
I'll use 2 of the blue.
Alright, making some mana with carpet, I guess.
Green.
Tapping 2 green. Flashing back Uro. It's just gonna get Caracas.
Trigger.
Yep.
Normally, chat can add time to the clock, but this is pre-recorded, so nobody can do that now. Turn 2. Looks like this game is going to end in a draw. Phil did win game 1, so this match will go to Phil if Alec can't somehow win in 2 turns. Chase the Mind Sculptor. Fate Seal leaves it there. Uro. Not sure if I would Fate Seal there, just because you have to win the game in 2 turns or you lose the match. But yeah. About to be turn 5. And that's it.
What's the result?
Good games.
No, I got it 101.
And Phil explaining to the judge that
101.
he won the match 101. All right, that's going to wrap us up for today, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with me. That was super fun.